Thiru Stalin, Thiru PTR, my friend, Dr. Veeramani, Sri Alagiri, Sri Veerapandian, Dr. Tirumavaran, Mr. Paneerselvam, and all my other Dravidian brothers and sisters who come here together for the launch of the Dravidian Professionals Forum. First, congratulations. This is a splendid initiative and something that's very, very required. When we take a step back and think about what the Dravidian movement has contributed, it has basically been a movement that has unleashed opportunity, unleashed the potential of lakhs and lakhs of people who historically did not have access to education, opportunities in jobs, and political power. And that breakthrough that has been an ongoing struggle over the last, over the last century has been something that has had tremendous impacts across the country, including in my own state of Karnataka. And we have all worked together to make sure that affirmative action, reservations, various other mechanisms have been put in place to ensure social justice, to ensure inclusion, and to ensure that opportunity is not limited to one social group, but actually something that is made accessible to everyone, because every one of us has that potential to be able to do amazing things in life, in society, and to make an impact. Now, of course, we have made progress in the field of education. We've made progress in the field of especially government jobs. And of course, we've made tremendous progress in terms of coming to wield political power. But that is just one part of the journey. The journey actually involves two more major agendas. One, to correct whatever mistakes may have taken place along this pathway, because we do find that some of those ideals that our first speaker this evening spoke about humanism, about social justice, about idealism, that many of these are sometimes neglected, and we need to remind ourselves what is the central driving force and revive that commitment to taking those agendas forward. But beyond that, I want to talk. My colleague, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, and my former colleague in Parliament, spoke about the Congress. I want to speak a little bit more about the world of professions. I used to be a professor at IIM Bangalore. I have a PhD from the Wharton School, one of the world's best in the United States. And one of the things that I saw in both locations was that what these institutions provide their students is an extraordinary network, a network which enables students to gain the confidence, to gain the support and camaraderie of people who share the same background, but who may never have met, but people help each other out. These sorts of networks are something that are available and are available through business schools, but also these are networks that are out there in the world, but we need to cultivate and build so that our professionals can reach out to one another, learn about job opportunities, learn about what needs to be done to improve themselves, and to work together to really succeed in ways that they had not imagined. Another aspect that I recall from seeing who succeeds and who does not is the extraordinary importance of what we might call tacit knowledge. I am from a farming family, and therefore I have tacit knowledge in agriculture. But do I have that similar knowledge in business? Do I have it in some other field? That's where we have so much to learn from those who have gone before us, those who are succeeding as we speak. And so therefore, a forum like the Dravidian Professionals Forum will provide a platform for people to share knowledge and insights and invest in sharing information in a manner that transforms the capabilities of our fellow members of the Dravidian Professionals Forum. Similarly, there is also the extraordinary need for mentoring for those who have been successful, to guide those who are eager to understand and make decisions about where to go and what directions to pursue. So those are absolutely something that, this is, I have even mentored an organization called Mentor Together, which works with disadvantaged children and helps them figure out professional progress and directions. And there we have matched working professionals with school children. And just the ability to talk to somebody, ability to brainstorm, to be able to get advice, all these things make a huge difference in choosing the correct paths, in being aware of the pathways that are possible out there. And then when we're together, when we can consult one another, we will also learn about the invisible barriers. For women, there is often talk of something called a glass ceiling, which comes in the way of their progress within organizations. There are similar invisible ceilings and barriers across domains and across professions. It's important for us to be aware of what those are. And it could be as simple as people not being discriminated against because their accent is not as polished as someone else's, right? So how do we deal with these things? So for all these things, it's important to have a forum where we can exchange concerns, where we can get advice, where we can provide a shoulder to lean on, and of course, where we can provide that helping hand and a leg up to ensure that we succeed in our professional careers. So I congratulate PTR and Gandhi and everyone who've come together and brought this organization and are taking it forward. We need to do these sorts of organizations in non-political settings, and I will explore how to do that with all of you going forward. And more than anything else, I must say that this is very timely. If one other feature of the Dravidian movement has been the emphasis on rationalism, the emphasis on getting rid of superstitions and all kinds of other regressive beliefs. Unfortunately, today, those sorts of regressive beliefs are back in the seat of power. They are back and getting ready to create division and suppress our populations and their individual freedoms. You hear about laws that are going to be passed across BJP states on love jihad, interfering in people's abilities to make their own choices about partners. And so these sorts of things are going on. They're all, unfortunately, we had a story of a person who passed away from COVID who was advocating non-allopathic measures to deal with this deadly virus. And, so basically, we have to bring back rationalism to the center stage. And therefore, an organization like this and the contribution that it can make would be very, very timely. Therefore, I am very, very happy with what you're doing. I'm very happy that you're giving back to the communities and to the movement that has created so many openings for the rest of us. And this is something that should inspire large numbers of youngsters, because one thing I have noticed, that the younger generation, which has benefited from all the barriers that have been broken by those who came before us, they take things for granted. They assume that it is their birthright to get an engineering seat or a medical seat or to get a good job. They don't realize what all sacrifices have gone to make those opportunities become a reality. And therefore, I would urge you to communicate this story and point out that every one of us who benefited have come here and have got these opportunities because others have created them for us. And therefore, it is incumbent upon us to give back to society, to create opportunities for every section that has been marginalized and disadvantaged historically. And it could be women, it could be Dalits, it could be anybody. And we must make sure that opportunities, rationalism, social justice, all the tenets, the ideals of humanism that drove the Dravidian movement will come alive in the best possible manner. I wish the Dravidian Professional Forum all success, and I'm counting on you to show the way across South India and across the country. Thank you very much. All the very best.